Hello, I'm Martin Storm, game director.
And I'm Oskar, Hanska, game writer and narrative designer.
We are from Stormteller Games, and we are here to talk about our first title, Lost in Random, The Eternal Die.
Today we're gonna play the game while we comment on and highlight some of its core features and what the game has in store for you.
We're in the game. We will load up a save here, where we skip the intro cinematic and the intro level, so this is pretty much a fresh run. We're entering the first world, called the Castle. First we will pick up a spell card, which is a magic ability the player can use at the cost of energy. The spell cards has a timing to them, and if timed well, they have an enhanced effect. And let's get into the first combat room. Besides an ability, the player also has a weapon with the main combo attack and a charge attack. The player can also throw their die, fortune, for an AoE attack. The damage is increased based on the result. And overall, we took more of a design-focused approach to this project. It was especially important to us that the controls and combat felt really tight and snappy.
And we have our first reward. It's a relic.
Yes, relics are the way to power up during a run, basically how you create your temporary build. When placed on the board, they give you a direct power. I'm picking the Fire Cloud relic here.
This is actually one of my favorite in how it makes fortune, your die, drop fire when you throw her.
Let's move on to the second combat room.
I really like how you have to collect fortune between throws. We didn't really always have that, but it creates this extra layer of hectic movement and strategic positioning, really.
Initially, you could just throw fortune whenever you wanted to.
Yeah, so, I cheesed a lot with that.
And here we get a Pearl coffer reward.
Yeah, pearls are really similar to relics. You place them on the board, but they only provide a color.
Yeah, and if we match 3 of the same color, we will gain a boost to a certain damage type. Another combat room. As I mentioned previously, we did take a different approach to this project, being a roguelite and all. But story, characters, and the world are still very important.
Yeah, it does take place right after the first story, but it is a standalone spin-off vibe to it. We play as Alexandra, the antagonist of the first game. We follow Alexandra's story and her quest for revenge.
And a potential redemption?
Maybe. Maybe, if you believe in redemption, stuff like that. Yeah.
And fight done. We're rewarded with some meta currency.
Yeah. This is what you save for later. You're gonna spend it in the sanctuary. We haven't been there yet.
Here we have the card stand. Here I can swap the spell card.
And this card is the Roller of Stars, actually.
Yes, I'm happy you recognize it. And I will swap this with my previous card. And now we will skip ahead a bit, showing off the new spell and a new type of room.
This one is one of the more special rooms. This one slowly fills with poison during the fight.
Exactly, and the card ability with stun will be quite helpful here, especially against the shielded enemy, as it cannot be staggered by regular attacks.
I really didn't know that.
You didn't know
I didn't know that.
Okay. Yay! Relic coffer. Picking the Sixer's Palace key here will add some extra damage when I roll a 6, and we'll get our first matching of colors. Since it's blue, we'll get a boost to the dice damage.
I really think this is where the board becomes such a fun part of the game. The pearl is removed and all the blue colors were harnessed from the matched relics, but the relics' powers are still active, and we get new space from the pearl that disappeared.
Throughout the levels, you can find NPCs to save and bring back to the sanctuary, like we are in this room.
We're picking up Rack's head here. We're gonna skip the dialogue, and Rack is later gonna be the one who gives us weapons and weapon upgrades.
We're gonna skip ahead of it again. We cleared out some more encounters, picked up another red pearl and some coins.
Yeah, and it looks like you actually lost some health too. Oops.
Let's not talk about that.
Okay, here's another special room. It's one of our dice challenges, or roll rooms that we sometimes call them. In this particular one, the higher you roll, the harder the encounter will be. This will take a while.
This will take a while. Here we have a new enemy that we haven't seen in the video before. The portal enemy. It continuously spawns other enemies.
I didn't realize that the first time I saw it. That was a long fight.
Yep, because you didn't focus on the portal enemy. You need to kill that first. And we get a relic reward. We're gonna pick the Cursed Compass. It grants a chance to spawn projectiles when hitting enemies with your weapon. By adding this, we will gain a red bonus, adding a boost to the weapon damage.
And when the red color is drained, you still have 2 purple ones lined up for a potential conjuration boost later.
Exactly.
Man, this is right up my little organizational level design puzzle head. Yeah. I really like this part.
Yeah, I'm really happy with how the relic system turned out. We're going to match purple here. Increase some conjuration damage. That will increase the damage of the burn status effects.
And the power of that relic itself adds an explosion to our dash now after we pick up fortune. And these synergies, I really like them. How weapons spawn projectiles and we can throw fortune to create a rain of fire.
Yep.
And now the dash also comes into play.
Let's head for the boss. This fight is basically 2 ghosts that alternates between 3 armors. You only have to face 2 armors per fight, which keeps this boss encounter fresh. Instead of spoiling the entire boss fight, we'll skip forward to show you a little bit of the second world and some of the sanctuary. Jumping into the second world here, it has some new enemy types, some new traps, and mud on the ground that will slow Alexandra down.
Yeah, we're also adding a new layer to the relic system, and it's called Magical Dye.
Exactly, and the dye simply lets the player paint new colors to already placed relics and pearls. Let's go to the sanctuary. Yes. This is where we end up when you die, or, I mean, if you die.
Yay, the sanctuary, finally. This is actually my favorite place in the game.
Let's start at Ama. It provides blessings. We can spend pip dust to get permanent upgrades for Alexandra, but you have to choose here. Each blessing comes with 2 versions, but you can only have 1 active at a time.
And I really think you should buy some health, because I need comfort.
Sure, I'll buy some health, Oskar. And this is what it looks like when you switch between the blessings.
Yeah, they're quite the same. They're different takes on the same theme, basically. Most of them.
Yeah.
And since we found Rack's head, we can unlock him as well. You could start progressing his story here, but right now we're gonna focus on weapons.
Rack is our weapon station. Here we can use Cinder to unlock weapons, and if you want to, one of the many enhancements attached to each weapon. And this is what the weapon enhancement screen looks like. We have a bunch of them.
Yeah, and they're weapon specific.
Yes,
also,
exactly. So. And you can only have 1 active at a time.
The sanctuary evolves as you play, just like your journal. And it all depends on how you play and what secrets you find during your runs.
We also have other NPCs who will ask you for favors, and to progress them, you will have to enter Mare's Dark Games again and again.
And again?
Yeah, but we're gonna end here for this time. Thank you so much for watching.
Hope you'll enjoy the game. Good luck in the black die.
Play the game.